Probably one of the most interesting questions to answer from new users is how do you actually play Sorare? Because it's a fantasy sports game, so whether it's basketball, football, baseball, and more to be coming that you're into, primarily it's a fantasy sports game, but there's actually so much else going around the game that when you are coming into it for the very first time and you open it up and you're kind of getting stuck into the community and learning about what's going on over here and what's this all about, you actually realize there's so much more than just fantasy sports going on here with different aspects of the game because of the NFT technology that the cards are built upon, as well as some of the prizes and rewards that are being offered out there and other stuff that's expected to be coming in the coming years, as well as what people are making it about anyway, because it is a game and it is down to the player at the end of the day. I speak to so many people, whether it be on podcasts or live streams or whatever, and no matter how long you've been playing the game, a week, a month, a year, everyone's got their own kind of take on how to play it, what the game's about. So in this video today, I'm going to be breaking down the three main strands of Sorare of how you actually play it, because some people aren't really interested in fantasy and maybe some of these other aspects of the game that people come in here and solely focus on to play Sorare. Maybe that's more interest to you. In the comment section of the video, no matter how long you've been playing Sorare, I'd be really interested to hear what style of play you adopt, what part of the game that you focus your gameplay on the most. If you haven't even opened your account yet, there's a link in the description in this video that will get you a free card once you've bought 5 from the market. The 5 that you need to buy, they can be £1, they can be £100, it really doesn't matter. And the card that you get for free, you can keep it, you can sell it, you can do anything you want with it. It's the best way to open your account. It's the way everyone opens their account. And if you start playing Sorare and you've not got a free card, you're one card worse off than everyone else. So hit the link in the description, sign up directly so that it gets credited to the account and cookie blocks and all that kind of stuff doesn't take it away from you. And again, whenever I do these videos, there's always people that will come back to me and go, oh, Quinny, I've been playing this game for about 8 years and I never thought about that aspect of the game, and I might actually add a new strand, a new strategy into my club, which is always great feedback as well. So I think there's going to be something here for everyone. At any point in the video today, if you laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like and subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble and let's get stuck into it. Fantasy sports is we're more used to it in Europe. In Europe, it's much more based around role-playing games like Football Manager or even FIFA. Whereas this game is much more fantasy-based. It's about picking your guys, about selecting the best dream team possible with the parameters depending on what competition you're in and all the different rules and stipulations that go into that to compete for prizes that, again, will vary. The fantasy competition, to be straightforward, in basketball and in football, industry experts hold the game out as being the best in class. For football, the scoring matrix from 0 to 100 is revolutionary for fantasy football. There's no player that is a dud position or a waste of space, if that makes sense. Almost every player, just depends how good they are at actual football, but basically every player has a genuine opportunity and potential to contribute to you. And the way the basketball game is built out, again, basketball fantasy experts around the world are ranting and raving about the points cap and how it kind of juggles against a salary cap and all the interesting dynamics and thought-provoking strategies that forces you to use straight away, again, is industry renowned already. So no matter what sport you're into, and if, even if you're just a fan of your local team that have cards and you just want a piece of the action, so when you're going to the game at the weekend or you're turning on the highlights, you want to see the guy scoring a goal, maybe you've got something that goes against that as well, like I got his card that season or, whatever it might be. First and foremost, it's a fantasy platform. The second one, and that what I just said there kind of leads me into that, is it's a collecting platform. Now, I'm a huge Celtic fan. I also support Manchester City and I also support City Football Group and a few other different things around world football, because I've been watching world football now all my life, and I love watching different dynamics and different things that are going on with different clubs, managers, players, all sorts of stuff across the world. And, collecting cards that marry up with that in a fantasy platform, for me, I really enjoy. Lots of other people come onto the platform, and for better or worse, I say they maybe just will collect their local club or even their local nationality if they're from a small country. I remember when I very first came on, there was a guy that started buying all the Thailand players because there's only 8 of them, and obviously if you're from Thailand, there's not many prominent footballers, so having a couple of cards from that country was really special to that guy. In basketball, I see friend of the channel as well, Andrew Laird over at Sorare Data. He he buys every basketball card that came from his college, his university, Villanova. There's lots of famous and very wealthy, it must be said, Real Madrid and Manchester United collectors on the platform. And again, you can probably imagine how their galleries and how their clubs are curated. And in basketball, like, and across all sports, because Sorare have like year one edition cards, have rookie cards. Football's been going for 4 or 5 seasons, so there's lots of different vintages around some of these cards, whether it be a season where they won the title. I actually did pretty well myself on the collecting aspect. I bought lots of 1 of 100 first ever issue American internationals, US men's national team players. And I managed to sell about 3 or 4 of them on quite successfully for a lot of profit, because I maybe didn't collect them myself, but I was aware that there was the possibility that someone else might want to collect them, and I can charge a premium for such a thing, because that's the way the collecting world goes, as high value collections take time and money to curate. And depending on, even if you're not even interested in that stuff, that might be an angle of the game you're really interested in. Buying the Cristiano Ronaldo Juventus card from when he won Serie A at Juventus, rather than buying the one where he didn't win anything. Buying jersey number matches, buying rookie issues, buying first ever issues, buying limit prints. There's some odd situations sometimes where maybe a guy will only get printed in like a shirt for about 3 issues, and then maybe he's transferred or something wacky's happened and some cards go in low print. Maybe it's a guy that's retired. I've got a few retired cards in my gallery, guys like Carlos Tevez and Sergio Aguero, for example. So there's lots of other things going on that you don't necessarily see impact the leaderboard. It might not always necessarily affect the market trading. You might not always make money off these as trades. Like, I bought a Nakamura as soon as I came onto the platform for £4. I've never trained it. I would never sell it. Don't think anyone would pay more than £4 for it anyway. But again, that's just something that enhances my experience of the game, and something that I don't think a lot of people I don't think enough people tap into when they're actually playing Sorare itself, is the collecting aspect of it. And I started off collecting cards as well that were just special to me for no other reason than they won me the podium on Sorare itself. I've managed to get my own kind of romance with my cards from the in-game action that they've given me. And again, that kind of leads me into the third way that we've got to play Sorare, and that is trading. There's a lot of accounts that just do secondary market trades. Maybe they'll go into auctions and buy cards really cheap with a set budget in mind. Maybe they'll go into the market and buy injured players, backup goalkeepers, maybe just youth prospects that haven't broke through yet. And, they'll just then go into the market and start trading them, wait for them to come hot, wait for them to get their chance. Also as well, lots of people go into the Discord server and will actually negotiate bulk buys on cards and bulk sales on cards, and subsequently then go into the market as card traders, and then when different situations crop up, when, for example, maybe a really good goalkeeper has got a really low average, he qualifies for special competitions, and then some of these trader accounts, if they can notice this kind of stuff early enough, they can, seek to profit from that sort of thing. That's quite a vibrant aspect of the game. It's quite a well-populated aspect of the game. And it's something that a lot of people can pick up and adopt any kind of trading strategy and kind of stick to it in their initial period on the game, and kind of learn how the market works in terms of how the demand cycles actually go. How much can you sell a card for when the situation's right? How difficult is it to shift a card that you buy for a trade that you later regret, or the situation turns on you? And for that reason, it can also be probably one of the most dangerous parts of the game, because again, I've bought players for lots of money and then they get injured, or the trading opportunity that I've hoped was about to happen doesn't come through to fruition. So it's probably one of the most risky parts of the game. And if you're quite risk averse, I would definitely stick to the fantasy and the collecting side of things. If you are a wee bit more higher risk tolerance, then trading can be a very fun aspect of the game. It's not something that I do necessarily, but I know lots of people that just do that every single day and have a lot of fun on Sorare. I've been playing this game for over 2 years, and like whenever I'm evaluating my gallery, whenever I'm evaluating my club, I always try and segment the different cards I've got into these 3 different categories, because as you are playing Sorare for longer and longer, you will have the ability to access more than one strategy. You'll be able to deploy more than one different tactic on the market or in the SO5 arena. And as time goes on, you will get focused onto maybe one of these aspects more than the other 2. And it's very good, and the best and the most powerful Sorare clubs in any metric of this play this game in all 3 aspects to try and maximize the peaks and the troughs that all 3 of these things do go through, so that you've always got something interesting on the go, and you've always maybe got something that's moving your club forward, whereas maybe one of these other aspects might be kind of holding you back in the kind of short term, So I think no matter how long you've been playing Sorare, if you've been playing it as long as I have, it's always a great opportunity to just think, how am I actually playing this game? Take a wee step back and analyse your cards properly in your activity and think, right, okay, well, I've been so focused on fantasy, but I've not actually done anything trading-wise in a while, and maybe I could use that injection of a better quality of card coming in after some trades, or that kind of thing. Maybe you've just been so focused on collecting, not even been winning. You've been putting out really bad teams because you're so collection focused that the SO5 side of things hasn't really panned out for you. So again, there's nothing wrong with focusing in on one when you get started, but the longer you play this game, you will have the ability to actually access them all, which makes the game so phenomenal for me. And it's why I enjoy playing it so much, why I make so much content on it. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.